Hey, I'm Chris McKee, and welcome to Inside the Music Industry podcast. On today's episode, I'm going to explain how to get your song played on the radio. It's not as simple as emailing an MP3 into your local radio station, and boom, you're off to fame and fortune. Just like everything else in the music industry, it's a little more complicated than that. Okay, every radio station in North America has a music director and a program director. You need to send your song to the music director of the radio station. Don't send it to your favorite on-air personality or morning show host because they likely have very little say in what gets played at that station. Don't send it to the program director either because they are more the station overseer or manager. PDs have bigger fish to fry than listening to your music submission. Send the song to the MDs or music director. The next thing you need to understand is how to submit the music. Most music directors won't take submissions by MP3 or mailing in a CD. The first step is to register your song with Nielsen BDS so the song can be digitally encoded. Once it's been encoded, it is now in the National Music Database that every music director in North America can access. Simply Google how to register my song with BDS, and the email and physical address in both the US and Canada will pop up of where to get your MP3 encoded. It's very simple. Okay, here's where it gets tricky. The same way having a booking agent to help you get your shows is the industry standard, you need to hire a radio promoter that has existing relationships with music directors across the country that can help get your song to the front of the line to be heard. Anybody can call up the big concert hall in your city and say, I want my band to play there. They may take your call or even respond to your email, but will they take you seriously? Probably not. But if you have an established, well-known booking agent that calls the same venue on your behalf, you'll look more professional and be taken more serious and likely get the gig. Well, it's the same in radio world. Hiring a radio promoter to contact these stations on your behalf is going to help your song submission be taken more seriously by the MDs than if you just mail in a CD. Now, radio promoters don't come cheap. To work a single at national radio in the United States, you're looking at paying between $15,000 to $20,000 to hire a radio promoter for an 8 to 10 week campaign. In Canada, you're looking at $75,000 to $10,000. As far as who the radio promoters are, you can just Google radio promoter and some options will come up. In the US, Howard Rosen, Radio Promotion X, and Music Promotion Inc. are a few companies of note. And in Canada, Adrian Strong at DMD Promo and Dale Speaking are in Toronto, while the Frontset Group is in Vancouver, and are all very reputable companies and work with the biggest names in music. All the major labels like Universal or Warner all have their own radio promoters in-house, so if you get signed to a major label, you don't have to worry about any of this because they work your songs for you. But if you're an indie act or label, like most of us out there, you have to hire a radio promoter or else your songs won't get played on the radio. It's that simple. Every radio promoter submits the songs they've been hired to send to radio via a website called DMDS, which I believe stands for Digital Music Delivery Service, but don't quote me on it. So instead of sending an MP3 or WAV to music directors, you submit by DMDS. Think about the volume of songs being submitted to radio from bands all over the world each day. That many MP3s in your email would destroy the servers of these radio stations, so the songs have to come by DMDS. Basically, DMDS is a portal to upload your song into a stream to get to radio stations, and they basically make a one-page website about your song or band. So the music directors will get an email from DMDS with a stream of the song, a picture of the artist, some key highlights on the band that include maybe some upcoming tour dates or press, as well as web links to all the band's social media, etc. So that DMDS one sheet will basically give a synopsis of who the band is, what they're about, and a link to the song. The good thing about DMDS is they can tell if the MD has actually listened to your song and for how long. So your radio promoter can call a certain MD and say, hey, I sent you that song last week, but I noticed you didn't listen to it yet. Can you give it a listen today and give me some feedback? Once they've listened to it, there's a section in the DMDS link where they can provide feedback to the radio promoter where they can say, listen to it, doesn't really fit our station format, or perhaps, love the song, we're going to add it to rotation starting May 1st. So from listening to my previous episodes, you should understand by now that success in the music industry comes from having a very strong team of people surrounding you and your band. In order to achieve success, you need a good radio promoter on board, you need a reputable booking agent, you need a solid manager, and you need a good label pushing you, even if it is an indie label. Without the full team helping you, I'm not saying it's impossible to achieve success, but you will have a mountain to climb on your own. This has been an episode of Inside the Music Industry. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my previous episodes and follow me on Twitter. Thanks for listening. I'm Chris McKee.